Welcome to my channel, Waiting on Parts. My drummer purchased this Tama Rockstar drum kit in 1996. This drum kit was manufactured from 1989 to 1997 in Japan, making this one of the last high-quality Tama kits. Despite it being almost 30 years old, it still takes a weekly beating. Even though it's a high-quality Japanese kit, the kick drum spur is stripped out. A friend of mine at Guitar Center says this is a common failure point because of the constant beating they have to endure. I took to the internet to find out what was available and was disappointed to find out that they were no longer manufactured, and if these parts were available, they sold for $70 to $100 each. And unfortunately, there was only one available, and I'm sure it probably wasn't much better than my old one. It would be a disaster if the drum kit fell over mid-show. Something had to be done. The front kick drum head will have to be removed in order to access the screws holding the spur mounting brackets. The first step I took was to mark the kick drum lugs holding the front head on, so your drummer won't have to spend a lot of time tuning. Now you're going to use a Phillips screwdriver to remove the 4 machine screws holding the kick drum spurs to the drum. I ordered a 1-inch long 3/8-16 wing nut, and when it arrived I checked the size with a thread gauge checker just to verify that I got the right part. I then used a 3/8-16 tap, which means the opening will be 3/8 around and thread count will be 16, which makes it a coarse thread. I put these 5/16 bolts in when the original 5/16 Tama wing bolts stripped out, which was about 2 years ago. Unfortunately, the base that attached to the kick drum has now worn out and the threads are loose, and I'm afraid that the kit might fall over mid-show. We can't have that. Lubricate the tap and the opening to make your cutting tool last longer. This is the most critical step. If you put your tap in at the wrong angle, you will ruin your part. It's important to put the cutting tool in the same angle as the original hole. Because of the taper of the die, you won't have to drill out the 5/16 hole. It fits right in there. But you want to be careful to align the threads of the cutting tool with the existing 5/16 hole. This way it just cuts the existing threads deeper. When cutting the new threads, you want to take your time. You want to do about 2 turns of the tool and then back it out, clean the tool out, spray the hole out, make sure there's no metal shavings that are going to stop the tool from cutting. Put the tool back in, cut another 2 turns, then back it back out, clean the tool out again, clean the hole out again, and repeat the process. You might have to do it like 3 or 4 times. Take your time, make sure the alignment is correct every time, and you will have a perfect part. Always start machine screws by hand to avoid cross-threading them. Here I verify the new 3/8-16 wing bolt screws into its new home. So the new larger wing bolt now interferes with the outside locking plate. I took a 3/8 drill bit and opened up the hole on the locking plate carefully on a drill press. But you can use any regular drill and a vise. Just be careful it doesn't spin around and hit you. So I fixed interference with the outside locking plate, but now as you can see here, the 3/8 wing bolt interferes with the anti-rattle spring. And this can be fixed if you get a thinner spring, but I didn't even look to see if there's one available. The anti-rattle spring is basically there for when you're transporting it and you don't have legs in it, it's going to rattle around the locking plate. That's not important to me. If it was, I could find a thinner spring, but I'm not even going to bother with it. I mean, you could probably even drill out that original spring. This thing's solid for another 30 years. So now it's time to put it all back together. We're going to put the front drum head back on. Get the ring and make sure all the fasteners are going back in the same holes that you got them out of. We're going to tighten them up, make sure the head's on straight, and then tighten them up to the mark that we made earlier taking it apart. And this way we know that it's going to be about the same tune that you had it before you took it apart. This thing's solid now. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Thank you.